Star Wars only. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Looks like we have a big rumor going around in these past few days about George Lucas coming back and working on Star Wars Episode 9. And this is coming from We Got This Covered is the main article that people are referencing. And it's basically saying that George Lucas is coming back and working on Star Wars Episode 9 to fix the character of Luke Skywalker and everything after the bad reaction that a lot of people had towards him in The Last Jedi. It did well in terms of finances, but critically, a lot of people, in terms of the fandom, were not happy with Luke Skywalker or the film of The Last Jedi, and it had a lot of backlash to that. The rumor was that Lucas has come in, and Disney brought him in and everything to help work on the film, and a lot of people are really excited about this, and thankfully, most people are saying it is a rumor and everything, but no one's saying it's 110% true. But I'm concerned with a lot of people getting excited about this and believing this has any validity to it, because it really doesn't. If you look at the source that they're going to, WeGotThisCovered.com says, and the best line right here is the one that basically refutes everything, is that they say, "We advise taking this with a grain of salt, as the intel comes from Express, who classify it as a rumor." And if you go and actually look at the source they link, and the rumor that it actually came from, it's express.co.uk. And if anyone knows who these people are, they always put out clickbait, fake rumors, stuff like this all the time. If you look at the first three up here right now that are pretty weird. Star Wars 9 leaks, Knights of Ren names, and their terrible origins with Luke revealed. This one's pretty funny. Doomsday date revealed. Leonardo da Vinci predicted apocalypse on this day. And then Star Wars 9 leaks, Leia Force training scene with Luke, more details rumored. Stuff like this is only the stuff that Mike Zero covers. And a lot of the time, if you actually look at these articles, they reference Mike Zero. And they say, hey, we get this source from Mike Zero. And a lot of you know that Mike Zero is not very credible at all. He puts out clickbait stuff that's fake all the time. And this is just another one of those instances. Another problem I have with this rumor is that it's bringing in George Lucas so late into the writing process. Don't forget, J.J. Abrams said he had the script ready for Episode 9 back in February of 2018. That's over a year ago now. So everything's been kind of set in stone in terms of story. Why would you bring him in this late? Let me say, if it was any other person, you know how they got rid of the directors on Solo: A Star Wars Story? They got rid of them and brought in Ron Howard. Everyone said, hey, why didn't you figure this out? You were going to have creative differences way ahead of time instead of just now. Why is this just now happening? This is bad for the film. And it ended up with the film being a failure. Now, let's say that it's not George Lucas coming in to fix Episode 9. Let's say it's anyone else. Let's say it's Michael Arden, who was working on Episode 7 originally, but he was also, he went away from the project. Let's say they bring him in. Everyone would say, oh, this is bad because, the story's not set yet. The film's coming out this year. Why are you doing this so late? This is bad production on, Lucasfilm's part, on J.J. Abrams. This is just horrible, and it's a horrible image for Disney and everything. That's what everyone would be saying. Another thing that concerns me with this rumor is the fact that they're focusing so much on Luke's character in Episode 9. Why would they do that? They've been very adamant in saying all the time that the focus is about passing the torch to the next generation. Luke died in Episode 8. I mean, really, what more are they going to do with his character in Episode 9? I mean, come on. What's his Force Ghost going to do? Is he going to fight Ben Solo again as a Force Ghost and just kind of repeat what happened in Episode 8? I mean, really, what more is he going to do in Episode 9 that would drastically change his character from Episode 8? I just think that's a foolhardy thing to theorize and to go in believing. My biggest concern is that people are going in believing this stuff, that George Lucas is actually working on this with Mark Hamill, for some reason, on the character of Luke Skywalker, on the story so late into the production of this film. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I wouldn't want George Lucas to come in and co-write Episode 9 or work on Episode 9 in any way. I would love that idea. I think George Lucas is great when it comes to being creative, making stories, and definitely in terms of editing and working on special effects, in terms of basically the worlds that are built with his imagination. He has a great imagination. But when it comes to co-writing a film, they've already said that Chris Terrio is the co-writer for Episode 9. And we've already said, J.J. Abrams said that, he worked with Chris Terrio. It went fantastic. They had the script ready before the filming even began. And this was over a year ago. So it really just none of that would ever make sense. And you would think we would hear more about Episode 9 falling apart way ahead of this coming out. I mean, we would have heard that the script wasn't working. There would have been a lot of script rewrites. The film probably would have been delayed again. Like, when they rewrote the script for episode 8, they delayed it by 8 months. It was supposed to come out in May of 2017, not December of 2017. So it just all does not make sense, in my opinion. And it's, like I said, it's coming from a source that has no validity, has never been right about a lot of things, comes out with these bogus clickbait articles on a daily basis. But it does suck knowing that we're never going to be able to see George Lucas's vision of the Star Wars sequels. It's something that I've always wanted to see, and I wish Lucasfilm would have at least had him come in and co-write it or something, if George would have wanted to. I really think that would have been something interesting. But he has said himself on one of the interviews that they didn't want him involved, and that sucks, because I do think he is really good in terms of coming up with stories and creative ideas. And I really wish we could have seen at least a little more of his version for the Star Wars sequels. But sadly, it's not going to happen. At least not in our lifetime. Or maybe it will. Maybe he'll write a book. I don't know. But definitely not in Episode 9. He's not coming in this late in the game. That's a false rumor. It's coming from a bad source. And it's just clickbait stuff, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, but it's just not true. I don't believe it. But tell me your thoughts below. What do you guys think? That's what's the important part here. What do the fans think? Do you think this rumor is true, or do you not? Why do you think it's true? Why do you not? And do you want George Lucas to come back in any way, shape, or form in Star Wars? I know I certainly do. I think it'd be cool if they gave him his own little film or a separate trilogy that he could make if he wanted to. I doubt he'd want to come back and completely direct another trilogy, but maybe a film. That would be really nice. But tell me your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it does help the channel. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.